So besides the specific posting groups, we can also use general posting groups. Because with these specific posting groups, we saw that we can link balance sheet accounts. But what with a sales account or a cost account? So what when we are purchasing or selling items? So to which GL accounts is the sales and the purchase cost, for example, posted? Well, for that reason, we will use general posting groups. But let me start with a very easy example that explains the concept of the general posting group in Microsoft Dynamics NAV. So suppose that I have a very simple computer business and I'm selling hardware and software. Well, these are the GL accounts I would like to link my sales to. So for example, sales hardware 6,100 and software 6,200, which means that I can use these GL accounts as a sort of a reporting tool because they're telling me how much hardware and software I have sold. But lately I'm selling more and more to government customers. Normally most of my business was done with private customers, so B2B and other companies. But over the last year I've been selling quite a lot to government. So I would also like to follow up and reporting on how much we have sold to government customers and how much we have sold to, for example, private customers. So this means that I can create, or I would like to extend my chart of accounts as follows. So for example, my sales hardware to the government, I would like to post to 6,100. My sales hardware to private customers, 6,150. And then software government, 6,200. And private, 6,250. So this is the way I would like to use my chart of accounts. And basically what you see now is that my GL accounts are defined not only by the products, because hardware can be considered as a product, software also, but they're also defined based on the business. So my government customers, my private customers. So and this means that to link my GL accounts to this, we need to link them to a combination of two, in this case, posting groups. I need to link them to the product and the business. And that's basically what we will do with the general posting groups. So first of all, what we will do is link income statement accounts. So with the specific posting groups, we were linking balance sheet accounts. Now it's income statement. And we will do this based on two different posting groups. So the first one is the general business posting group, which is answering the question who to sell to, who to buy from. And then the second one is the general product posting group, what to sell, what to buy. You see in my very simple example, the general business posting groups are government and private, and the general product posting groups, hardware and software. Let's have a look at how Kronos has set this up. So let's start with the general business posting group. And here you can see that they're using domestic EU export intercompany. Now, what do I learn from this? That basically they would like to use specific GL accounts based on the area where a customer or a vendor is located. Because they might want to post to another sales account when they're selling to domestic customers as opposed to EU customers, for example, you see? So that's basically the reason for creating different business posting groups. And in real life, I get a lot the question, which posting groups do we need to create? Well, the answer is in the chart of accounts. So you will have to take the chart of accounts of your customer and look at the sales and the purchase accounts, and then try to make combinations of posting groups to which you can link these GL accounts, you see? So that's basically how you can work in real life. So again, domestic EU export intercompany. So these are then these have then their own specific description, of course. And you can link default VAT business posting groups. Now, the VAT posting groups, as we will see in the following lessons in this module, are using a similar concept, and that's why it could be interesting to link them. Which means basically that if you create a new customer and you select domestic as the general business posting group, the system by default will enter the VAT business posting group domestic. That's what you can see here, and this is based on the auto insert function. Okay, now once these posting groups are created, what do we do with them? Well, of course, we will assign them to the business. And what is the business? Well, remember the question, who do we sell to? Who are we buying from? Well, of course, you will link them to customers and vendors. So if I go to customers, and if I open a customer, if I scroll down, you can see there the general business posting group. So this is a domestic customer because he's located in Great Britain, and so is Kronos. So it's quite clear that the general business posting group here in this case is also domestic. Besides customers, very similar of course, you do the same to vendors. If I take this vendor, if I scroll down, you can see here the general business posting group, in this case export, because it's Canadian customer. So that's the first thing that we need to do. So that's the business. But then we of course also have the products, what to sell, what to buy. And this is something that we have to assign to the products. But let's first look at an example. So in my simple example again, the products were hardware and software. Now what does Kronos has as products? So if I go to the general product posting groups, you can see here that they have created posting groups such as manufacturing, miscellaneous, NAV, raw material, retail, and so on. And so basically this is the way that they want to use GL accounts in their chart of accounts. For example, a different sales account for retail, for services, and so on. Also here, quite similar to the general business posting groups, we start with entering a code and a description. And in this case, we can link a default VET product posting group. Now, once that these posting groups are created, you can start assigning them, and you can assign them to quite a lot. Now, probably the two most obvious or the two most used types of master data to which you assign general product posting groups are, first of all, items. So if I go to an item like, for example, the bicycle, and if I scroll down, you can see here the general product posting group. That is in this case retail, for example. So that's the first thing, quite obvious, to which we will have to assign the general product posting group, because the item is giving the answer to the question, what are we selling, what are we buying? Now, besides items, we also assign general product posting groups to resources. So if I go to resources, and if I take, for example, Linda as a resource, you also see here the general product posting group, because also a resource is a product. It's a service. We're selling resources, and the system will use the general product posting group to identify the sales GL account. So we have items, we have resources, but we also have the GL account. So if you want to enable a VAT calculation, for example, on a GL account, you will also have to assign the general product posting group. So an example, I will go here to a sales account, and you will see by scrolling down that this sales account indeed also has the general product posting group. So again, this is only necessary when you want to enable VAT calculations. So for these GL accounts that you use, for example, in purchase and sales documents. So they will need at least the general product posting group and the VAT product posting group. Then, so we had items, resources, GL accounts. What else do we have? We have the item charges. So if I go to item charges, so an item charge is, for example, a freight that we can charge or that is being charged by a vendor, for example. And these also need to be processed on GL accounts, which is why they also can or need to have a general product posting group. Also, this is a product, as you can see. So and for the companies using the manufacturing application area, also there you might have to assign product posting groups. So first of all, to work centers. So if I go to work centers, and if I open one of the existing work centers, for example, the assembly department, you can see here the general product posting group, which obviously is manufacturing in this case, and also your machine centers. So let me go to machine centers. There we go. And also here, if I open, for example, the packing table 2, you can see the general product posting group fields. So this is everything to which you can assign the general product posting group. So basically everything that can be a product. Items, resources, GL accounts, item charges, machine centers, and work centers. So now it's time to go to the practice of this lesson, and there you can create a new general product posting group.